A tour company that has been showing people around the capital since the original days of the horse and carriage has shut down for good. Gray Line West, which operated the old-fashioned double-deckers in front of the Empress, carrying tourists from the cruise ships to Butchart Gardens and elsewhere, is no longer profitable. That is what the owners say, but employees and their union are accusing the company of running Gray Line straight into the ground. As A News reporter Andrew Johnson shows us, the buses and other assets are being sold off, and one buyer already has big plans to pick up where Gray Line left off.
It's the end of the line for 35 Gray Line West employees who say their goodbyes after being told they're out of a job. The news hits Cal Nicolson pretty hard. He's been with the company since the summer of 1974.
This, to me, is one of the saddest days of my life. It's really emotional to see all these people out of work for no reason.
The drivers, mechanics, and office staff laid off today, joining 48 others a month ago, have no sympathy for Gray Line's owner, Armstrong Group, who many accuse of taking a profitable operation and running it into the ground.
There's no reason they couldn't have made a profit if they wanted to. They chose not to. They chose to ignore the business, and when you ignore the business and run it like a lemonade stand, it's going to perform like one.
Management says Gray Line is financially challenged and a buyer couldn't be found to take over the business. Instead, 3 operators will divide up the Gray Line assets, including the famous double-decker buses and sightseeing coaches.
The major purchaser is Transportation Management Services, based out of Maryland. The company operates Horizon coach lines in Vancouver, Seattle, San Diego, Miami, and has a small office in Victoria. But now, after buying up a portion of the Gray Line fleet, TMS has big plans to serve cruise ship passengers in the capital.
We're gearing up to operate the majority of the cruise business in Victoria based on, we think, a really successful selling effort.
Horizon expects to hire 30 to 40 new employees in Victoria, but isn't sure if it will keep using the Gray Line name on the double-decker buses or for sightseeing tours to Butchart Gardens.
We've got several ideas, and so we're waiting for some folks to give us either a go-ahead or not go-ahead and on some things that I can't comment on in terms of we don't have a signed agreement.
He says former Gray Line staff are welcome to join other applicants at an upcoming job fair, but Cal Nicolson says he might be finished in the industry he's loved.
That's what I'm going to miss, sorely miss, is the world that comes to our doorstep and being able to interact with them.
Andrew Johnson joins us now with more. Andrew, how can those Gray Line employees and others who are interested in working for Horizon go about applying for that?
Well, Hudson, Horizon, fittingly, is holding job fairs at Ogden Point tomorrow and Saturday. People can stop by the Customs Hall at Ogden Point tomorrow between 11:30 and 2 and 4:30 and 7. Then open interviews will continue on Saturday between 10 and 2. Now, incidentally, Hudson, about the use of the Gray Line name, the union representing the laid-off employees says if TMS goes ahead and does that, uses the Gray Line name, it feels the employees should be hired back on to work alongside that name and reputation they helped build. So we'll have to see how that develops. We may be in for a fight.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. By the way, that cruise ship season is just around the corner. The first ship a week Saturday on April 16th.
And we will be there.
You betcha, Andrew. Thank you.
You're welcome.